Pac Shakur.
I'm the type of that gotta have my own. I got to hustle for my own. And any man out there got to feel me. It ain't about milking off the next man. That's a motherfucking hoe. I'm a motherfucking pimp. I'm finna come up on my own. I'm gonna get my own sack. I don't wanna be nobody worker all my life. I want my own fucking kilo. You understand me? So that's what I did. And Shaka hustler, and I'm a hustler, so everybody understand it. Ain't no one man gonna stay in one spot forever. That's a sucker. I'm a hustler. I'm gonna come up. So I took what little bit he gave me and doubled up and doubled up and doubled up, and I've been doubling since. And I'm gonna keep on doubling till these niggas kill me, and that's that. I have no patience for anybody that doubts me. None. At all. It's too hard out here. What you talking to, man? This ain't nutso. This ain't that dope who's taking orders from you. This ain't the same little brother following behind you trying to go outside. You ain't the mother man no more. I'm the one. Shit has changed. It's a new day, bruh. If you can't clean up your act, I suggest you raise the up. Get the hell out of Dodge. And get caught up.
You know what's funny about that song, Tupac? When y'all pulled up, the song was finished. It was done. Tupac, he was like, I want to be on that song. You don't tell him like that, no. I watched Pac write on a piece of paper. It was more than 16 bars. I watched him write it as fast as his hand could write. You know, I'm over the shoulder, just not reading what he's writing, but just like, nigga ain't writing rhymes like that. I'm just thinking that to myself. And I'm sitting there, he writing so fast that the writing is like intense on the paper. And then he goes, I'm ready. Like, ready for what? Get in the booth. Like, nigga, just wrote that down. And they go in there and they spit that excellence. I seen him do it. I heard the story from so many other people. And I don't know how he did it. That work ethic of excellence at a speed that nobody else could be excellent at.
I done seen him do that before, too.
He just took the song and he listen to the song. When he come on, it's like 4 minutes or something. He just murdered it. Like, back then, though, like now, you want to be the on the first verse because ain't nobody really listen to whole songs.
Yeah, especially when the DJs
back
play,
then, the last on the song carried weight.
I remember that day when Pac came to do that verse. I remember walking in the studio and there was other celebrities in there. And so I was up because I seen a DOC in there. DOC was like my favorite rapper. Breed was there, you know. It was a couple more that I'm probably forgetting. It was just like one of those situations where I was just happy to be a fly on the motherfucking wall.
Tupac was shooting a video in my neighborhood in Compton. I was around 8 years old. My father seen him. Went 2 blocks down, got me, put me on his shoulders. And there he was, Tupac right there. A good friend of mine said, you was one of them kids looking at Pac when he was up here doing it. Now they looking at you, and it blew me away.
They want you to play a real character, but they don't want you to be a real person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As soon as you get real, everybody, yeah. But they want you to be real in front of the camera to sell tickets. But don't be real in real life. That's true. You gotta start peeping game. Peeping the game. The game is the game of life. You gotta start peeping how they doing it. This game of life is a game, and you have to play it to the fullest. Don't just bob your head to the beat, peep the game. As far as foes and enemies and all that, I really don't care. You support me, I'll support you. If I feel like I'm getting supported, I go all the way. But as soon as y'all turn y'all back on me, I'll turn my back on y'all and we won't have nothing to talk about. I don't care if don't nobody never support me no more. I'm doing this for self. All the records that I heard were like all one-sided. But I'm an actor and I was a poet, so I felt like if my story is to be believable, I have to tell the multifaceted nature of a human being. Humans are not just good and bad, black and white. They're compassionate at times. They're sexist at times. A man can be sexist and compassionate to women at the same time. I was. Look at the lunatic and look at Brenda's Got a Baby. A man could be violent. He could be made to be violent at times, or he can be peaceful at times. A man can think. He can be pensive and thoughtful at times, and he can be reactionary at times. And I wanted to show that. I wanted to show the different sides of human beings, and more specifically, young black males, and the environment that I grew up in. Bad boy killer. Y'all mind y'all business, I mind my business. I do what I gotta do, you do what you gotta do. If you open your mouth against me, I will get you. No matter how much time they give me, believe me, I will be free and you will see me. So watch your mouth.
Sort of things degenerate when Bishop does arm himself.
But he didn't educate his mind.
That's true.
That was just violence. It had nothing to do with his brain. It had nothing to do. He used the wrong targets. That's absolutely wrong, and I know everybody's going to see that when they see the movie. He didn't do anything to help himself get out of his situation. And in fact, Q was closest to getting out of his situation. He used his mind. When you use your brain, it doesn't always have to come to a violent end, but sometimes it does, and that's all that I'm saying. That is a choice.
Yeah, I think
they give us
shows that it's definitely
right.
a choice.
They never show you that, you know, okay, the cop's beating on you. You have a choice. Violence to defend yourself, you know what I'm saying? Turn the other cheek or wait for the news cameras to come and talk about it.
Like Rodney King.
Like Rodney King. I'm talking about doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm really, it's happened to me. The police beat me up in the middle of the street for no reason, just simply because I cursed at them. Put my heart into my music. I want to be the realest artist ever. I want everybody to talk about Tupac. He was the realest artist ever. He never sold out. He stayed the same. They couldn't stop him. They couldn't change him. Say, whether it's good or bad, it's coming from my heart.
Yeah.
And if it's wrong, then, you know, God ain't finished with me yet. Let him check me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say it as it comes from my heart because that's what we need. Obviously, when, you know, I seen all of that. I seen the crack babies, all of that. So nothing America can show me, nothing these critics, nothing, nobody can show me, can back me down. Heart. You know what I mean? Don't take that. My heart, my dignity and my honor, that's all I got. That's Tupac. Don't take that from me. Ain't nobody taking nothing from me. Them dudes that took the jury, all of that was insured. I got more now. Everything that they took, I got back. But better. You know what I mean? Everything. If I crash my car, I got a new car. Somebody takes something from me, I'm getting something else. I'm a survivor forever. I will never stop. Until God take me up off of this, I'm going to always move forward. I will always be here. Until somebody take me off this planet, I'm going to always move forward. I ain't no quitter. Can't nobody stop me. I seen that one. Trust me, this is what's real. And all that other control you. If the churches took half the money that they was making and gave it back to the community, we'd be all right. If they take half the buildings that they use to praise God and gave it to others who need God, we'd be all right. We'd be all right. Have you seen some of these damn churches lately? It's ones that take up the whole block in New York. It's homeless people out here. Why ain't God letting them stay there? Why these niggas got gold ceilings? Why God need gold ceilings to talk to me? Why do God need colored windows to talk to me? Why God can't come where I'm at, where he sent me? If God wanted to talk to me in a pretty spot like that, why the hell he sent me here then? You know what I mean? That make ghetto kids not believe in God. Why? So that's a wrong religion. I believe in God. I believe God put us wherever we want to be at. Then it makes sense that God will put us in the ghetto. That means he wants us to work hard to get up out of here.
What's the story behind that iconic photo of you and Tupac?
Oh, wow.
Because people don't think this is real.
Really?
There's a lot of people that think this is either photoshopped or maybe AI. They don't.
AI wasn't around then. Okay, y'all remember when I told y'all I was down here in the streets playing with that candy and stuff? Okay, so I was using that money. I was a show opener for any act that came through North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. I was hustling my CDs. Well, back then I had little cassette tapes. I was hustling my videos, everything music I was hustling off. And they had these things called Jack the Rapper conventions. And they would go everywhere. And it would be where the A&Rs are, the record reps, everybody would be at. You come there, you audition, and you get signed. So I would follow those places around, man. Like every year I would go around. It lasts for like a good 3 months. And I would meet Tupac. He would be there at the Jack the Rapper convention. And it was just him, Easy. Like it would be so many celebrities there. It's almost like it was the WrestleMania of the record industry. So imagine that. That's what I always see him there.
A lot of rappers still, it seems like, want to be Tupac. They want to have his popularity. They want people to love them like everyone loves him. But why do you think no one's succeeding?
Well, because this is what they failed to realize about Tupac. In order for them to be Tupac, they would have to die before they peaked. Right before they peaked, they would have to die. So if you don't die, you can't do it. Bottom line, if you don't go die, you're not gonna be the next Tupac, because it ain't gonna be the next Tupac. Straight up. I mean, to me, they try to steal more of his look, his wildness, but they can't do it. They'll never survive shooting at some police. You'll be locked in jail for the rest of your life. They'll never be able to get shot 5 or 6 times and still be able to run around and do some music and rap about it. Most 9 times out of 10, you're not going to survive it. So, like I said, that was something that won't happen probably in our lifetime again.
You were saying that you sometimes bothers you that people take the wrong message from Tupac songs. They only take the bad, not the good.
Yeah, I mean, if you notice, rap gets blamed for the problems of America when all the rappers are is basically, you know, voices of the inner city. And what I mean by Pac, people take the wrong thing from Pac is that a lot of rappers took the dissing and type stuff and maybe quote unquote all of what the media blew up of him that was negative instead of the positive things that he did by helping guys like me, like helping the Outlaws, all the guys from Thug Life, always giving to people, especially, you know, when we was going places, and he was always giving money away to people in the ghetto, and he was always doing positive things. But
they never talk about that.
No, they never talk about that. I mean, if you notice, they never gave him a Grammy, they never gave him a BET Awards. He sold more records than all them cats, and they ain't got it yet. But I ain't saying that, you know. Who am I?
Is music different now than when it was when you first got in it?
Yeah, I think they put more youngsters in. What I always say is that they're killing the knowledge rap. Anything that's information, you know, the information rap, they're killing it because they don't want people to know things. See, because music turned into something. That's how they do it in Cali, Harleys and everything. You know? Music turned into an information center. So I could say something in California, and the cat in Louisiana, the cat in Dubai, the cat in Russia feel the same way. And now we talking, now we communicating through music. So if you just put cats to do dance music and make you want to shake your butt all the time, that kills the information. So the West Coast has always been that. That's why we get appreciated all over the planet.
Today, every young black male needs to be physically inclined and military minded. And this is part of the military mind. The soldiers are out there. Let me tell you how to roll. Break it down, right? Split it with your fingernails. Don't use a knife, don't use a razor blade. Split it with your fingernails. You break it down with your fingers. You gotta keep it all natural, right? Once you get it all broke down like that there, right? Get it all in there, right? Use your fingers like this and you got to roll it. You can't just fold it. That's why they got sloppy blunts. You got to roll it like you roll a little joint, you know? Put your finger up like that, close it off at the points. We got us it's there. All you got to do now is lick it. Now this is the important part. You don't want to drown it. You just want to lick it. Look, here. When I close this, it's gonna be a blunt. Check it, bust it. We got us a fat blunt right here. It's all good. How you like that? I just taught y'all how to roll the. Now y'all take it to the next nigga and teach him how to roll one. They want to put me in jail for something I did a long time ago, and I can't really blame them because I was you know, kind of a bad person before. But now I'm trying to do something with my life and they won't let me. I can't do nothing in jail. They keep trying to shove me in jail. They talking about how overcrowded it is, but yet they still trying to shove me in there. I'm guilty of a lot of things. I'm guilty probably of being a male chauvinist pig. I'm guilty of probably not caring as much as I should. I'm guilty of not spending enough time with people like I should, but I'm not guilty of rape. I want straight up not guilty.
Afeni, this is no joke. They're gonna come after you. They're gonna come after his music. You need to get lawyers that know how to deal with estates, and you need an accountant that can account for his money.
Afeni formed a legal team to dig into Tupac's finances. She was in for a shock. Tupac was broke.
He didn't have investments. He didn't have stocks. He didn't have bonds. He didn't have bank accounts. He had some cars. He had some jewelry, things of that nature.
He was young the way he had his money. Really rich people don't show their money like that. They don't wear $1 million. They have $1 million in the bank.
If I remember correctly, there was something like $7,000 in a bank account. There were so few hard assets that the estate tax came in at zero.
Tupac had sold over 14 million records. Where did all the money go?
I mean you, the guy, you know, you, the mechanic, wherever, you. I mean, you need to do something. You need to check yourself and see how racist you are. You know what I'm saying? It's real.
So sensitive. Don't be so sensitive, Tupac. Well, basically,
Boogaloo.
Marlon
Wayans playing the role of Boogaloo.
What is Boogaloo?
Where did that name come from, first of all?
Some white guys sitting there. What's a homeboy hip-hop name? Boogaloo!
What are they calling each other these days?
I didn't have a father that makes me cold and bitter. Remember that I'm telling you, I did not have a father. So when you go, what kind of kid is that? What kind of morals do we got? I don't know. There's no Jesse Jacksons around, you know what I'm saying? Those people weren't around. All those people that pop up and say, we need to check what we saying and rapping and TV, those people are not around. It might. I thought about that, you know? I thought about how much that, you know, the 40s and all of that, and I was kind of against it before, but whatever I wrote was honest. It might not have been positive, you know what I'm saying? It might not have been politically correct. Nobody. Trust. Nobody after dogs. You know what I mean? Straight up. My closest friends did me in. My closest friends, my homies, people who I done took care of their whole family. I done took care of everything for them, looked out for them, put them in the game, everything. Turned on me. Fear is stronger than love. Remember that. Hello. Nah, I like the money. How you like that? I like the money. I don't care who pays me. More money, more money, more money. That's all I'm trying to say. Hold up, y'all. Wait a minute. Somebody looking at me crazy. What's up then? Well, do what you gotta do, man. See how he looking at me? See how that go? You just be walking, somebody just start looking at you mean mugging, you know what I'm saying? Like he playing me or something, you know? Now I can keep walking or I can confront that man. I think I'm gonna keep walking, you know? 'Cause I don't know what he got with him, you know what I'm saying? He got some people with him. I'll catch you later, man. Don't go nowhere by yourself. Yeah. What? Go nowhere by yourself, man. You don't know their size because they, you know, all of nowhere they can do anything. It's them little, I'm telling you. That's when we started at the clubs, closing the club. It's be little like that, just like that. Y'all watch out for him. Y'all my witness. Come on. Hey man, say market check up. No, go down there and check it out. All the way to the corner, man. To the end of the pole. Wait. To the end of the spot. Right there, that little green sign. Oh, I know what this is. Watch out, man. Watch out, man. Hey, take us straight away. Extra time. About to run that man. You got to see who's fastest right now, you know. To the end of the pole. Hey, hold it. Alright, wait. We'll get this right. Right here.
Women. And if we don't, we'll have a race of babies that hate the ladies, that make the babies. Yeah, I think we're at that part. Tupac was trying to prevent it, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever, nigga. It sound good. Tupac also said this.
Now, when these hoes get horny, niggas die. Hoes get horny, niggas die. Watch, every time. Every funeral you go to, it's a bitch that was horny the night before. So you need to start checking these bitches. Niggas need to go back to the OG penitentiary days and start.
First off, you know you're nominated for the Grammys, but you're also a presenter. I got this note the other day about you being a presenter on it. So if that's cool with you, I'll go ahead and confirm that. Also, I'm trying, you know, the bit about Tony Danza, I'm trying to get them together so we could do some kind of thing where you guys meet at the Grammys, because you know he was real supportive of you, right?
Yeah, but it should just be some natural stuff.
Some natural shit, yeah, I understand. Next thing is this vest on the cover. The designer saw this on last Sunday's New York Times Magazine cover, and they want you to star during Fashion Week in their show. I'll hook you up
That's tight.
with a wardrobe for that. If you want to go to New York, we can also do that. What else have I got here? Oh, when we do Saturday Night Live, is that all right? Yeah. when we do Saturday Night Live next month, we rehearse on the 15th. The 16th is a free day, and then we do the show live on Saturday, the 17th of February. Lauren Hutton has a bomb show And the 16th, it's one-on-one, and she's a real down person. I know her. She would love to have you do that on your day off in between. Okay. And we can do that while we're in New York. And it's a film show as opposed to tape, so that's something we could do. Let's see, what else? Okay, let's talk about this and see what you think about your art for your album.
I just want it to be a little bit more clearer. And you tell me it's going to be Xerox.
Yeah, this is a color Xerox, which looks muddy.
If you're not dark inside and you come to this world, it'll turn you dark. You know what I'm saying? And so if you really have sunshine in you, it's not good to play in the dark. It's just going to extinguish your fire. You want to see some macho? I'm the most macho nigga out here. I thought you niggas knew. I'm the most thuggish nigga out here. I have no motherfucking fear. I have no fear. I have only ambition, and I want mine, and I will do anything to protect and feed my family. This is mind over matter, taking all our weaknesses and making it into our strengths. We know that we got strength in numbers.
Your album, you talk about Tupac too, man. Tupac of this generation. What do you mean by that? And what is it about Tupac that made him so great, in your opinion? You know what I mean?
Well, in that line, I said, Red Rose from the Great Pavement. Blue Pill in the effing Matrix. Young Black trapped and he can't change it. Know he a genius, he just can't claim it. Because they left him no platforms to explain it. So I was really just speaking to the intention of Tupac. When I said Tupac of my generation, Pac spoke to the kids in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And he was trying to, in my opinion, I never had a convo with Pac, so I could be dead wrong. But from what I seen, he was trying to lead. He was speaking to the struggle for real, not the just fans of music. He was talking to the people in the struggle, and was like, if you listen to what I'm saying, I'm gonna walk you to where in the direction we need to be in. Be going toward. So I think, just in terms of intention, Pac was a street dude. Right. And he represented thug life on the surface, right? But you get into the message and his direction, he was really a revolutionary and trying to lead people. Yeah. And trying to, offer a positive direction without being preachy and without being so-called holier than thou. And that's what I meant in terms of like Tupac of my generation. Like, I come from gang culture. Yep. I know Chicago, this is a city of gang culture. But it's a self-destructive way of life. But that's what we was raised on. And it's a delicate balance to try to say something else to these young people and even to your own generation, because it's contrary to what outside is what's going on. So it's about being strategic and leading people without losing them. And I think Pac was one of the best at that. That's why I said that line. No doubt.
Would you consider Tupac an LA rapper?
No, not at all. He is Miss Shakura Feeney's son, and they are from New York. He's not a LA rapper.
I would consider him West Coast, but he had an equal influence. Like, he was in the Bay, but also was here in LA.
Me personally, I do not think Tupac is a LA rapper. He represented the West Coast well, but he from Baltimore, yeah, he's not from LA.
I would stamp him, because he came and made a mark, you know what I'm saying? He put it down. He put it down worldwide, so, I ain't gonna take that from him.
Did Tupac put on for LA? Yes. Is he from LA? No. But I would say there's portions of people from LA that don't consider him from LA, but they consider him a part of LA culture. So no?
Yeah, he gave us California love. He gotta be a West Coast rapper, LA rapper. He made so many classics with Dre and Snoop.
He's LA, New York, the Bay. He definitely embodied LA culture and embraced it. He's definitely a LA rapper by way of New York.
Yeah, he claimed it, so I'm gonna give him what he claimed.
It's like a yes and no. Like, he's not technically from here. He's from the East Coast, but he kind of was one of the first people to kind of invent and create that sound with Ice Cube, NWA, all that at that time. So I would consider him, yes, like an LA rapper.
Yeah, I would. People saying he's not now to be different. I've been hearing that more and more. I don't know now. You got me thinking. I don't know.
MTV producers made Simon Rex interview Tupac live on air, even though he told them he was too
Squash all that drama.
Squash the drama. Let's get back to making some money. That's what it's all about.
What it's all about. That's what I'm trying to do.
While he just finished working an event for MTV in 1996, Simon Rex's boss thought they should relax with a nice little session of Satan's cilantro when all of a sudden, Tupac arrives at the event.
And then all of a sudden, Tupac shows up and they're like, you have to interview him. I said, I'm too stoned. And they go, don't worry, so is he. And then they held up the camera like one of these, and it was back in the live MTV days, and the red light went on, it was live, and I just had to interview Tupac live.
in front of the world, and he had to carry the interview because I was just looking at the floor, and I was it's so uncomfortable. It's horrible to watch.
This is a short clip Simon shared from that interview in 1996.
Kill this whole new vibe everybody want to be on about it being a war between the East Coast and the West Coast.
Right.
It's really just a problem with two rappers, and everybody want to make it a bigger thing than
Everybody
it is.
wants to get involved in everyone else's problems.
Exactly. You know how nosy
Drama
people
with a
is.
comma.
So we got it going on. I got my man Buckshot. You know what I mean? I got Smith and Wesson in here.
Brooklyn.
I got Greg Nice, the whole boot camp clique representing. Boot camp and Outlaws, we all just gonna team up and just do this right. With Greg Nice, a lot of other people.
Squash all that drama.
Squash the drama. Let's get back to making some money. That's what it's all
That's
about.
what it's all
making
about.
money, putting out
That's what I'm
music.
trying to do. I don't got any problems with anybody.
I've been watching you.
Oh, you like
doing
it?
Good.
Thanks,
doing
man.
Good. You
I like
doing
your stuff
pretty
too,
good.
man. You and Snoop are the homies, aren't you?
Yeah, we homies.
All right.
That's all that
Hey,
is. All righty then.
Well, we'll be back with
Thank
more
you.
of the homies.
All righty.
Kool-Aid 96. Why don't you guys stick around for lots more fun? Two of America's Most Wanted. Stay tuned.
That's right. Everybody's getting pimped. Whether you work a 9 to 5 or whether you work for yourself, you're getting pimped by somebody. That's not the crime. The crime is how long you allow yourself to get pimped. You have to come up. Everything is a come up. Everything is a struggle. You start from the bottom, working to the top.